You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, what's happening? It is a Tuesday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. So happy to have everybody here. For those of you that are listening on the mightier 1090 on radio, yeah, we're back on the radio airwaves. Spread the word. That's the best thing I could ask all the great friends to do is spread the word that 1090 is back on the air and that we're back on every day between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. We'll talk about that 6 to 7 hour coming up a little bit later on. Also, for everybody that's involved in our YouTube chat, so happy to have you guys here. I know some people, are on this side and some people are on that side and people are arguing and debating the entire time. Some people love the show. I don't know why you guys who hate the show are here, but I'm glad you guys are. Click that share button. Click the like button. The share button, by the way, will help you kind of text the show link. It'll help you, put it on Facebook or on Twitter. Do your part, great friends. I mean, help the community grow. And for those of you that watch on television tonight, you can get the full show, not the abbreviated version, but the full show on youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. And look, for those of you guys that are audio podcasters out there, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, you're listening on your own time, and make sure you communicate with us. Tweet at us. Let us know you're listening to a podcast. Let us know when. Let us know what you're talking about. So happy to have everybody here who's involved watching and listening in every place possible. All right, Grande and Brown Man, let me ask you guys this question. Last night, were you focused in on the Padres, or were you, as I was, watching and following all three teams in the NL West? I actually should start getting my mind focused on following the Cincinnati Reds because they're the team that currently is in front of the Padres in the wild card. But I found myself, Alex, if you can pull this picture up on the screen, I've never been this into a baseball season. I've never been this into a baseball race. And even though the Padres have fallen out of the race of the NL West, I'm still watching every pitch. Now, this picture is taken from exactly where I'm sitting right now. So you can see far wall is the Padre game. And then close by, the computer has the Giants game on the right side and the Dodgers game on the left side. I'm watching all three of these teams. Are the Dodgers going to catch the Giants? Are the Giants going to hold off the Dodgers? Are the Padres going to put some wins together against a bad Arizona team? Are they going to lose a bunch like they did last time? Are the Padres going to jump up and go get Cincinnati? Will Cincinnati be able to hold off the Padres? I'm telling you, man, I am scoreboard watching and watching the standings and watching, everything. I'll go to ESPN.com, click on baseball, go to scores, and I'm following every score. This is a fun race as we go from the last day of August to the first day of September. So, fellas, I'll throw it to you guys. You watching just the Padres? You keeping tabs on everybody? I was watching all three games. Grande, feedback. Help me.
Feedback is I'm not watching the NL West race. I'm very focused on the NL Central race, to be honest with you. I'm watching what's happening with the Cardinals. I'm watching what's happening with the Reds. And then obviously I watched the Padres last night myself. The Giants and Dodgers are so far ahead. I feel like it doesn't really matter what they do. We're not obviously they're not going to you're not going to catch them. Obviously, it does matter if you get to the wild card, but there's teams in front of you to get to the wild card. So that's why my focus is on Reds, Cardinals, Padres. So I saw a nice little spark of offense yesterday from the guy we all needed it, from the guy that you guys said can't do it when he's in right field. But yesterday in right field, 3 hits, home run, double. I like what I saw from Tatis yesterday. I saw some smiles back from my boy. If we get some fun back in that kid, Machado had a few hits, scored a few runs. That's exactly the kind of thing you need. Now, we've said this about 5 times in the past month. Like, this could be a little spark we needed. So they got to go out there tonight and win again. So, Scott, to answer your question, no, I'm not watching Dodgers Giants. Yes, I am watching Padres, Reds, Cardinals.
Okay, I just want to say it's not that Tatis can't do it in the outfield. It's that he hasn't been himself at the plate while playing in the outfield. That's been my point. It was great to see last night Tatis's bat come to life. Not only the home run that he hit early, but the big double that he hit late that scored Manny Machado. It was very good to see Tatis. I was looking at the numbers in the box score. Tatis last night 5 at bats, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, scored a run, hit a home run. Yeah, by the way, it was great to see Hosmer hit a home run. How about that?
I didn't
Yeah,
think
but
he knew he hit a home run.
he had a few. Yeah, like everything other than that was a ground ball, like double play ball. But yeah, he had a home run. That's nice.
We'll take it. We will
Yeah,
take it. I
it
mean, come
turned
on.
out to be a huge run. It turned
Yeah.
out you only win by 2
Because
because
remember, the
Pagan came and
Padres,
gave up a grand slam.
right? I was going to say the Padres were up. I want to say it was 5-0 at the time. And Pagan gave up a grand slam to make it 5-4, or maybe it was 6-1, and maybe it made it 6-5. Either way, it turned into a one-run game. And late in the game, when Tatis had that RBI, that added an insurance run to take it to 7-5. And by the way, Arizona still had a chance in the bottom of the ninth. So listen, it was not exactly like some dominant performance by the Padres, even though they had a big lead and you thought early in the game there was no way Arizona was going to come back. They did. And I'm surprised, Alex. When I say surprised, I like what you're doing in watching Cincinnati and St. Louis, because I was looking at their score last night, where now this is going back to last night, but St. Louis beat Cincinnati 3-1. So this is the reason I'm so loving this right now is because think about the games that you've got going on. St. Louis and Cincinnati, with both of those teams fighting it out to try and make it to the wild card, and the Padres trying to get involved in this situation. The Dodgers and the Braves are a first place team in the NL East. And San Francisco last night. San Francisco is playing against Milwaukee, the first place team from the NL Central. So you've got all these teams now in extremely meaningful games. And by the way, the Dodgers and the Giants will play this weekend. And while there's all this discussion about what Dave Roberts did with his pitching staff, should he have used Urias last night and then Buehler and then Scherzer, because then it's Scherzer won't be available for the series against the Giants. Forget about all that for a quick second. The Giants now, I don't know if you guys have seen this story. The Giants have a major problem inside their starting rotation because one of their guys has a positive COVID test that is dealing with the actual symptoms. So it's not like some asymptomatic case. And then as a result, one of the other pitchers was in close contact. And even though he's got a negative test, he's got to sit out. So 2 of the starting pitchers for the Giants are going to miss this series against the Dodgers. Browner, your prediction that the Dodgers are going to still win this division, everything could switch here by the time this upcoming week is over. The Dodgers could theoretically find themselves in first place over the Giants. And COVID, by the way, could be one of the reasons that the Giants don't have a couple of their pitchers.
I like the scenario that is playing out because it's looking exactly how I thought that it would. I didn't foresee the Giants getting COVID, but I saw the Dodgers catching them, winning the division, and the Padres playing the Giants in a 1-game playoff. I still think that's going to happen, and I think it's shaping up to be that way because what did we get last night from Paddock? Decent pitching. Nobody's asking certain members of the staff to save the world. Just get us to the 6th inning and let the rest work itself out. Now, that grand slam was disheartening, and it's no, you can't give that up. You can't give that up. But the offense looked alive last night. And as much as I don't like Tatis out in the outfield because I feel like he's detached from the actual every pitch mentality that he's used to being into, he looked happy last night. Now, I know the home run has something to do with that, but he looked energetic. He looked into it. He looked happy again. And that seemed to boost the rest of the team in the right direction, which then we ended up getting as many runs as we did. Now, I know we played the Diamondbacks, but against the Padres, the Diamondbacks have been the Dodgers. So, yeah, I like it. I like it.
But are you guys like concerned, or do you even care who the Padres play in the wild card if they get there?
I actually don't care. I don't care. My thought is this, and Browner actually said it well yesterday. If the Padres do not make it to the postseason, this entire year will be known as a colossal failure.
Yes.
Right. We all agree.
To have been where they were pre All-Star break, to then collapse in the month of August the way they have, if they don't make it to the postseason. Listen, even if they make it to the 1-game play-in and they wind up getting bounced, yeah, it'll be disappointing. But if you don't even have the opportunity, that to me goes down as a giant failure. So I don't care if they play San Francisco. I don't care if they play LA. It doesn't matter to me who the Padres
I
would have
ask
to play.
I ask because if you do get to the wild card and you do win that game, you will play the winner of the NL West.
The
Like
Dodgers.
you will play either the Dodgers or the Giants. So I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. We have
We won
a
8
long
games
ways to
last
go.
night.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
Right, against Arizona. We won
Right.
a game against Arizona.
hey, around these parts,
Yeah, that's a big
doesn't
win.
matter who
We'll
you
take it.
play right now.
Yeah.
It really, dude, we just went through the easiest part of the schedule and they totally tanked it. So yeah, it doesn't
Yep.
matter who they played. But
Mhm.
I'm just curious because I thought about that earlier today. I was like, well, listen, if you get to the wild card and you play the Dodgers, that sucks because the Dodgers are better than the Giants in my opinion. I think they're gonna be healthier. But I kind of like that chance of winning one game against them and then playing the Giants in a series as opposed to flipping that around. I do think that if you play the Giants in a one game wild card, it's a one game. You never know what could happen in one game.
Right.
But then you got to go play the Dodgers in a series. I don't like those chances.
See, I would
By
rather
the way, speaking of the Giants, real quick, here's the story on the Giants because I think it's an important detail. Johnny Cueto was scratched from his start last night against the Brewers. Now think about that. You got one of your top pitchers going, and you have to scratch the guy
With a cold.
because he had cold and flu-like symptoms. And then another starter on the Giants, this is Alex Wood. He actually tested positive for COVID and has the
Oh,
symptoms.
wow.
Cueto went
So
to the Dominican Republic for a funeral,
Oh,
and
he got it.
he came back. He's been testing negative ever since. So
He
I mean,
got it.
because other sicknesses are also still out there.
According to who?
You can get
Oh.
other things.
That's fake news right there.
Hey, Scott
I
came
don't
back
know,
from
man.
Florida and had I thought he was dying.
He had
So
COVID
he
too.
can tell you himself. You go to the East Coast,
Yeah, I didn't
you
have
go
COVID
you
then.
go down
Not
south
one.
into freaking whatever it is down there in Florida and the Dominican and Cuba and Puerto Rico. Who knows what you're gonna come back with?
You know what? Maybe I did come back from Florida with COVID. I got to tell you, man, we went to so many different bars and restaurants in Fort Lauderdale, and we wound up meeting like local people. And there was this one guy who was a close talker, and he was in my face, nah, 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 nah,
Uh,
And I was like, dude, we're not wearing masks. It's still COVID. I don't know you, pal. And who knows? Maybe I did. All right, hold on. We'll
That's
get
a
back
lot
to
of
this.
COVID,
a
dude.
lot.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
COVID. If you got
I
back from
know.
Florida, got sick, 2 weeks later, then you test positive for COVID. Damn, dude.
No, it wasn't 2
You
weeks later.
freaking
That trip was in June, dude. That trip was in June, and my COVID test was in early August
But you
is
also
when I
never
tested
got
positive.
tested.
No, that's true. I didn't. I did not get tested, but I did have another issue, and did go to see a doctor. And I never COVID was never really a part of the issue. Anyway, all right, whatever. Forget about that for a second. Let me have a minute here to tell you about a new sponsor on the show. I'm really happy about this because uh, there's been immediate feedback, and this is I Thrive MD. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com. Alex will take us there right now. I Thrive MD. Go to our website, kaplanandcrew.com. When you get to the kaplanandcrew.com website, hey, who's that handsome devil right there? There he is. Scroll up, okay? And then you're going to get to this I Thrive MD logo. When you click on this, you're going to see this orange button right here. And this is for great friends, okay? And for those of you that are experiencing low testosterone, you're like, well, how do I know if I have low testosterone? Well, think about it. Are you feeling like you have very low sex drive? Are you feeling like, well, I mean, you have erectile dysfunction. Things aren't working the way they used to. Are you dealing with depression? You're like, what's wrong with me? I feel like depressed. I don't know what's wrong with me. Brain fog, muscle loss. These are all symptoms related to low testosterone. So here's what you get as a great friend. You get a free testosterone test. You get a free TRT consultation. And believe me, the doctors at iThrive will explain all of this to you. And then you get deals on things like NAD injections and HCG peptides. Again, I'm not an expert, but I've been learning about all of this myself because Dr. Samir Damani, I met Dr. Damani at a party at another friend's house. We started chatting. He told me what he does. I told him what I do. I told him what a big proponent of testosterone I was. He said, hey, you should come see me over at iThrive MD. I did. We started to strike up a relationship, and here we are. So I'm just going to tell you guys, I've taken this thing to the next level because this is now about your health, your wellness, your longevity. Hey, look, this is about better sleep, better sex, better strength, better mental clarity. There are so many things that when you are experiencing low testosterone, you don't even realize why is all of this happening to me, and you don't also realize how much iThrive MD can help. ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. Use that website. Research. Look up Dr. Samir Damani. See, his accreditations. Is that really a word? See that he is a board certified cardiologist. Understand the medical professionals that you'll be working with, and then make an appointment. I'm going to give you a phone number. I know very few of you use the phone. More of you use the internet. ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. That's the website. But here's the phone number: 858-240-1497. 858-240-1497 for iThrive MD. And I'm telling you guys right now, for those of you that have entrusted me with this and have gone and looked into testosterone in the past, come with me now. Come with me to iThrive MD and take it up another notch, because iThrive MD, this is, between medical and holistic, these guys are really going to help you with so many issues in your life. 1 in 3 of us over 40 years old is dealing with low testosterone. Okay, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan and use our website. I could just keep yapping all day long. Would you guys shut me the hell up and get me back to baseball? Is that possible?
I don't like to interrupt when you're on a roll.
Oh, thank you.
Just gonna let you do your thing, baby.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Big time. All right. So look, I'm sitting around last night. I'm watching Dodgers. I'm watching Giants. I'm watching Padres. Alex, I like that you are taking a different tact in all of this. You're watching Reds, Cardinals, Padres. I've got my eye on NL West. You've got your eye on wild card. I like it. So with that being said, can we do some wild card watch right now?
Yes, we can. The Cardinals have entered the chat, as the kids say. Right now, the Dodgers are first in the wild card, 12.5 game lead, so you all can forget about that one. It's all battle for the second wild card. The Reds take on the Cardinals today. They're in first place in that part. The Padres trail them by only half a game today. They play the Diamondbacks again, and then the Cardinals are only 2.5 games back, but just a little important detail there. The Cardinals have played 2 games less than the Padres, okay? And they play the Reds tonight, obviously.
Okay. All right. So the Padres find themselves half a game back of Cincinnati.
Yes.
And St. Louis and Cincinnati are playing head to head.
Mm-hmm.
So what time is that game? It must be starting soon.
Now.
Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. So got to keep our eyes on St. Louis versus Cincinnati. And while you say that the Padres are not really relevant to the discussion of the NL West, and while I agree with that, and we all can see that mathematically, can we take a look at what we've got here between the Giants and the Dodgers? Because as Browner has predicted, the Dodgers are going to catch and overtake the Giants.
I didn't even make a graphic, Scott.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even make a graphic. I didn't know we were going to talk NL West.
Well,
I will tell you, the Padres will have a huge say in the NL West because they play 16 more games against both those teams. So you're right. The Padres will have a huge say in the NL West. They won't have a say in finishing first or second, but they'll have a say in who does finish first or second for sure.
Wouldn't it be amazing, though, if like this weekend, and I know it's only Tuesday, and the Dodgers still have to take care of the Braves, and the Giants are playing against Milwaukee, which is super interesting because the Giants are a first-place team, Milwaukee's a first-place team, the Dodgers are in second place by a game and a half, and Atlanta's a first-place team. So we're talking about playoff caliber series happening this week, but this weekend, the Dodgers will play the Giants. The Giants, as we discussed earlier, will be without 2 of their starting pitchers because of COVID-related issues. And these 2 teams could find themselves, a game here, a game there. And then I know this is going to sound crazy, but the Padres pull into September. If Darvish can get it together, Snell, we saw Paddock last night. I mean, I'm just saying that there are enough games that the Padres could either play spoiler, at least in the division, or some mathematical miracle. Browner, you're looking at me with this face. You got to understand, I'm an emotional roller coaster in a season like this. Yesterday, they're done, they're toast, they're finished, they're not going to make it even into the wild card. Win 1 game. And then it's like, well, what if? There's the problem is I'm a very
Are you talking about the Padres winning the NL West?
Not necessarily.
He was about to.
I know he was.
He was about to.
I'm just saying.
I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back.
There's so many games against the Giants And the Dodgers.
Scott, you gotta let that
I
go,
know,
dude.
I
Let that
know,
one
I
go.
know.
Listen,
Y'all
let that
talking
one
about
go.
me.
That's ridiculous. That is
Well, you've been
ridiculous.
selling it. Me, I'm just putting it out there as
The
hope into the universe.
Padres are 14 and a half games. I don't even think that's math. Listen, they literally got to go 30-0, and the Giants lose 30.
Browner, can they go 30-0?
Nah, bro. Nah,
What happened
bro.
to 9 and whatever
9
yesterday?
I
Look,
said
let me
yesterday
go to
10
the-
and 21.
let me
10
go to
and
the-
21 was my prediction. Browner's prediction
They're
was
not
19
winning.
and
No.
12.
They might have. I bet actually
11 and 20 was your prediction, sir. 11 and 20.
What did I say? 10 and 21? Okay, 11 and 20. Okay.
14 and a half games. They literally the Giants and Dodgers got to win my math is bad. Maybe 4 games, and the Padres got to win all of them.
Even if at my 19 and 12, that
No.
would take an utter collapse.
Look at
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe everybody else collapses.
the Giants are almost 40 games above 500.
Oh my God.
Just look at it that way. 83 and 47. I don't think you realize how big of a disparity is there.
Yeah.
Browner,
Yeah.
you sitting here with this oh my God attitude, you're the guy that's been trying to
I-
sell us positive nonsense all season long. Okay? All right,
Bro,
hold on a
this is
second,
this
everybody.
is the wildest
Stick
thing
around.
you've ever said.
Stick around. I want to talk about this Cam Newton situation next. Hang out, everybody.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Rich Eisen here, inviting you to catch my show, The Rich Eisen Show, on our flagship radio station, the Mightier 1090. We're on every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to noon Pacific time. You'll like what you hear. If not, that's just, I guess, too bad.
A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090. It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Live soccer is back. Watch Orange County Soccer Club, OC's highest level of professional soccer, live on your view. Watch Orange County SC take on the El Paso Locomotive FC Friday, September 3rd at 7. Watch world-class players and future stars. Transform your summer with the new family game night and outdoor fun all season long. Live soccer is back. Orange County versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Friday, September 3rd at 7 on your view.
It's like the spirit of Greenwood is all over the place in Tulsa, North Tulsa specifically. It's like it's not just one location anymore.
This is the beginning. This is a launching pad. This is not something that we just did to come together just for this moment.
The Spirit of Greenwood is brought to you by Multicultural Health Foundation. The vaccine can protect us. Will you? Verify and trust.
It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect.
Shelter to Soldiers selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive. Another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog. Still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
Welcome to the Jacobs & Cushman San Diego Food Bank and our 90,000 square foot facility. We feed 350,000 people every single month. Many people ask, how can I help? You can volunteer for the San Diego Food Bank. Just go to san-diego-foodbank.org, register to volunteer. No group is too small, no group is too large, but those volunteers are integral to our success in feeding the community. Another way you can help is by hosting a food drive. Just go online and register your group, your company, or organization. It's that easy. Another great way is through our virtual food drive, where you can literally buy food on our behalf. Lastly, another great way to make an impact is to go online and make a financial contribution to the San Diego or North County Food Bank. On behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, our staff, our volunteers, and the 350,000 people we serve every month, thank you for helping us fight hunger and feed hope in San Diego County.
Hey, Dave Smith here. Make sure you listen to my show on the Mightier 1090, 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday night. The only local sports talk in all of Southern California on the weekends, right here on the Mightier 1090.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
Sometimes they say it might work, it might not work. And so I ask myself the question, like, why even get the vaccine if it can also harm you? For me, it's like taking a 50-50 chance.
Hi, Andrea. Some say that the vaccine is harmful or that it might not work, but that's not true. Millions of people have been vaccinated with no ill effects, and I can tell you that getting the vaccine is far safer than not getting it.
People often ask me, what is the Ronald McDonald House? We are a home away from home for families with a child in medical crisis. We opened our doors in 1980, and ever since then, our job has been to support families who have a child in the hospital. And those families often have kids who are very sick or perhaps injured. We're literally 5 minutes from the bedside here at the Ronald McDonald House. So if a mom and dad need to get to the bedside, they can get there very quickly. If it's possible to imagine a child in the hospital, you can begin to imagine the stress that a mom and dad are under when they're in there acting as partners in care for their child. Our job really is to give them a place where they can find some respite, some relaxation for a moment or two before they head back to the hospital. If you'd like to support the Ronald McDonald House, visit our website at rmhcsd.org. You can make a donation, you can learn how to volunteer, you can learn more about exactly the programs and services we provide. There's even a wish list there, so you can send or drop off the kinds of supplies we need here to care for families 24 hours a day, every day of the year.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The LA Chargers will be wrapping up the preseason against the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday. LA will be looking to use the game to finalize some roster spots ahead of Week 1 against Washington. The Chargers are looking at who will be their number 2 guy at quarterback behind Justin Herbert. Chase Daniel will be getting the start on Saturday and will play the first half, with Easton Stick playing the second half. The starting kicker has been a point of emphasis for the Chargers all through training camp and preseason. Michael Badgley has the veteran experience, but he has been going toe-to-toe with Tristan Vizcaino, who has shown he has a stronger leg. Head coach Brandon Staley said kickoffs will be a major final factor in his decision. All teams had to reduce their rosters to 53 by 1 p.m. today. Next, each team will put together their practice squads with up to 16 players. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
It's like the spirit of Greenwood is all over the place in Tulsa, North Tulsa specifically. It's like it's not just one location anymore.
This is the beginning. This is a launching pad. This is not something that we just did to come together just for this moment.
The Spirit of Greenwood is brought to you by Multicultural Health Foundation. The vaccine can protect us. Will you? Verify and trust.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 in your view, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hey, great friends, what's up? Welcome back to the 7 Mile Casino Studios here of Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. Reminder to everybody, today is Tuesday, and I know we got a long week ahead of us, and we were just talking about all the big baseball matchups that are coming up this weekend, particularly between the Giants and the Dodgers, because we were looking at Giants, Dodgers, Padres, and Reds and Cardinals. We were looking around at all the different playoff scenarios. I know it's only Tuesday, but if you're looking for some fun this week, 7 Mile Casino, just minutes from downtown San Diego. And now Sammy's Restaurant and Bar inside 7 Mile Casino, open 24/7. So, Alex, you always mention that you worked at Sammy's Woodfire Pizza, and you always kind of give us like some appetizer ideas, like the duck tacos do sound pretty good.
Bomb.
But what? Give me a pizza. If I'm going to go to Sammy's Woodfire Pizza, or if I'm going to go to Sammy's inside 7 Mile Casino, what should I get? What kind of pizza?
How about the arugula and pear pizza? How about the goat cheese pizza? How about the New York style pizza? Many different types of pizzas.
Which is the one that has the prosciutto on it? Which is
arugula and pear has the
Yeah.
prosciutto on top, arugula on top, with a little balsamic vinaigrette drizzled on top. It's fantastic.
Sounds good. All right. Well, hey, Sammy's is now open inside 7 Mile Casino, and you should definitely check that out. Okay, let me switch topics here. We'll come back to the Padres in a matter of moments. But earlier this morning, I know my phone buzzed, and as soon as it did, I right away went to ESPN. I went to NFL Network. I went to all the different places that you might go to try and get more information. Probably most people just go to Twitter, but the story that Cam Newton was cut by the New England Patriots. Now, I'm going to say it like this. If you're not a superstar, then, and by the way, if you're not a superstar and you're not vaccinated, you're probably not going to make your team. You're probably going to be sitting at home thinking, A, should I get vaccinated? And then after I do, should I let the rest of the NFL know that I am? And here's why I'm saying this to you. Because teams have to really think to themselves, how much do we need this guy? And how much are we willing to make accommodations for him? So if you're Cam Newton and you're embroiled in a very tight quarterback battle, you think, hey, here's a young guy who's been groomed to be our quarterback. And I say groomed because he played at Alabama and he played under Nick Saban, and people know the relationship between Saban and Belichick. So we've got this young up-and-coming rookie quarterback who we think is ready to play right now. Because when we compare him to Cam Newton, we don't think Cam Newton's better. We don't think his experience, his one MVP year, his one appearance in a Super Bowl while he lost it to Peyton Manning and the Broncos, we just don't think he's better. So do we need Cam Newton on this team? And then as you're trying to weigh it all out here, Mac Jones, Cam Newton, who's the starter? Then you throw this on top of it. Cam refuses to be vaccinated, which means now we have to make special accommodations for Cam. Now, most of our team is vaccinated. He is not. We don't think he's going to be the starter. So do we even need him around? Do we need to have meetings with him on Zoom? Do we have to have him tested every day? Do we have to have him not be able to eat lunch or other meals with the players? Can he not be in the quarterback room while the coach is coaching? I mean, do we really have to bend over backwards for a guy who's simply going to serve as our backup quarterback? And ultimately, the Patriots said, you know what? Don't really need him. Don't really, not really going to help us this year. So they cut him. And I know some people, I saw Louis Riddick, my longtime friend and my former college teammate, and who's become like the star of ESPN's NFL coverage. I saw Louis Riddick put out a tweet that said that Bill Belichick is cold-blooded. Is he? Is he really cold-blooded?
No, dude, Cam, I can't say this enough. Cam did this to Cam. Period. End of story. Cam had every chance to win this job. He didn't win it last year because he got COVID and didn't come back positively from COVID and looked terrible for a large portion of that season. He comes back this year knowing that COVID is still rampant around locker rooms in the NFL now. And he still doesn't take proper precautions to prepare himself for the season by getting vaccinated. You have to be accountable for your choices. That's one. And two, Bill Belichick needs people, head coaches alone need people who they can count on, period. And they felt like they couldn't count on Cam because of his lack of decision making in that department, period.
It wasn't really a lack of decision making. He made his decision. His decision was, I don't want to be vaccinated.
Yeah, okay. True.
And everybody that's like bickering at the screen right now, like, oh, you guys with your vaccination talks and all that stuff. Let's not
We didn't
forget.
cut Cam.
Well, I'm saying let's not forget when Cam missed 5 days because he was not vaccinated, and the protocols are such where whatever happened with the testing and blah blah blah. Here's the cold hard facts. This was a close quarterback race. After one game, our co-host John Browner anointed Mac Jones the guy of the draft. After one game, we know how good Mac Jones was during the preseason games, and during those 5 games, you know what they were doing those 5 games? They were practicing against the Giants. And you know what Mac Jones did? 5 days. 5 days. You know what Mac Jones did in those 5 days? He went 35 of 40 and threw for over 500 yards against the Giants. When you got a close quarterback race and you're not even there, that is a direct visual of why you don't have a job anymore.
Yeah, because think about it, Browner, you're right. If you're any head coach, not just Bill Belichick,
anyone,
if you're any head coach, my quarterback is somebody I got to know he's going to be there. Now, I'm not saying that if you're vaccinated, you cannot get COVID. You can.
Right.
Living proof. Okay. But if Mac Jones is vaccinated, presumably he is, and Bill Belichick is thinking to himself, Mac Jones vaccinated, Cam Newton not vaccinated, Mac Jones can participate in everything we got going on. Cam cannot. We have to make special accommodations for him. This quarterback race is close. Cam's now out for 5 days. Mac Jones is putting on a show. You know what? I believe this young kid can start, and I'll take my chances with him because I don't think Cam's any better, very frankly. And so you know what? Cam's not vaccinated. Mac Jones is. Mac is younger. Mac has greater upside, in my opinion. Cam is kind of a bit of he's kind of a pain, frankly.
A lot of work.
You know, he's a lot of maintenance. He's a high maintenance player. And I can put up with a high maintenance player if the high maintenance player is also a high producing player. So when you're a low producing guy and you're high maintenance, I can't deal with that. You got to go. I got a young kid who's going to do everything I tell him to do, including be vaccinated, so he's got the best chance of being on the field every week. I would rather take my chances with Mac Jones than bend over backwards to accommodate Cam Newton. But the one thing that was really interesting to me right away, you know how many people put out there, or at least intimated, that, ooh, this is a racial decision.
No, who?
White coach, white quarterback, controversial African-American quarterback. Oh, there's race involved here.
Scott Zolak
There's
won.
No race. There's no race.
Scott
Zolak won.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Hey,
racial about this. The
there's
fact is, let's
nothing,
not forget.
man. Come
You know
on.
what no one said? I don't think I heard it. Mac Jones a first round pick. Like it was if you know, so if Mac Jones beat him out, let's just say there's no vaccine, right? There's no vaccine whatsoever. Let's just say Mac Jones beat him out fair and square. Bill's like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Mac Jones. He's my first round pick. First round. Not 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. This is a first round pick. I don't want the Cam Newton distraction here for the kid anymore. Let's
Right.
just get rid of him. Let's not even do it. You know how much it's
Yeah.
going to cost us? $1 million. Cam Newton is cheap as hell. Let's not forget that too. It was very easy to let Cam Newton go. And let's not forget, nobody wanted him last year. 31 teams passed on him last year. So it wasn't like he's some sought after hot commodity at quarterback anymore.
Mac Jones did beat out Cam Newton. I think this is the Patriots just kind of giving Cam Newton a easy out. Because having him sit on the bench after being beat out by Mac Jones would have been far more embarrassing.
I don't think Cam Newton has it in his personality as of today to be enough of a team guy to be a supportive backup quarterback to a young first round kid.
I can't disagree with that. And other than being a professional, what can Cam really teach him? Cam's never been a precise thrower.
How to dress.
Cam, other than that, and
Also,
he can do that via Zoom.
how to use that cool font he uses.
Yeah.
I can't read
'cause,
that.
Well, here, let me show it to you. Alex, put it up on the screen. When Cam Newton got cut, this is early this morning, the first thing he does is he puts this out. And I don't get this. Like,
I
why
don't
does he
either.
think that he's Prince? Why does he think he has to have like his own language? You know, I really appreciate all the love and support during this time, but I must say, please don't feel sorry for me. I'm good. One finger, one pinky, one thumb, one love. Yo, Cam, one love. I have an idea as to where Cam Newton would be a really, really good backup quarterback. Okay. I have an idea because people are trying to figure this out now. Like, where will he go? Who will want him? Where
I
does he
know a
fit
great place
in?
for him.
I have an idea as to where Cam Newton might be a really good backup quarterback. Okay. Stay tuned for that. I will give that to you in 1 minute. But before we do, let me mention everybody DraftKings. Alex, I really thought it was great yesterday when I was talking about DraftKings, how quickly you were able to download the app, use our promo code Great Friends, and get yourself involved in the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. That's DraftKings. So, guys, look, um, if you love fantasy football, but particularly daily fantasy, DraftKings is the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. The season is coming. Okay. I mentioned this yesterday. I have a really hard time playing fantasy football because I don't have the bandwidth or the concentration level. So I get a couple weeks into the season, I forget to set my lineup. You know, all of a sudden, like 3 of my players are on a bye week and I forget to set my lineup. And I'm like, why did I get destroyed? Because 3 of my guys just didn't play. Daily fantasy, though, I think is for guys like me that have short attention spans. But here's the best part. DraftKings is giving all the new players, I'm new, Alex is new. Browner, have you downloaded the DraftKings app yet?
Not yet, but I will.
Okay. Please do it. To get closer to the action, DraftKings is giving all new players, so that's Alex, that's me, that'll be you, Browner, when you download their app, a free shot at $1 million during week 1. So the NFL season kicks off Thursday of next week. Here's what you do. Download the app, the DraftKings app, okay? Do it now and use their code Great Friends. By the way, I am talking to all the YouTubers, people who are driving, listening on radio right now. When you get done, when you get out of the car, then you download the DraftKings app. But everybody who's watching on YouTube right now, this is easy for you to do. Download the DraftKings app, okay? Use our promo code Great Friends. For a limited time, new players can get a free shot at $1 million during week 1. Don't miss out on all this fantastic action. Enter the code Great Friends. You get a free shot at $1 million in prizes with your first deposit. The code is Great Friends. It's only happening at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, and you only need $5. That's the minimum required deposit. There are some eligibility restrictions, but you can see DraftKings.com for details. End all be all. Bottom line is this, and I say it all the time, and I mean it sincerely. We don't have sponsors like DraftKings, national sponsors, if it's not for you guys. Okay. I told this story yesterday. Jerry Donadio is our lead sales guy at 1090. He's like, how did you guys get DraftKings? They told me they're not doing any radio. Well, we're on radio, but what they're really doing is they're on the YouTube side and they're on the podcast side. Radio's a throw in, TV's a throw in, but they bought YouTube and they bought podcasting. That's what DraftKings bought. That's where they think the value is. And I just have to say over and over again, I appreciate the Great Friends because, look, Alex and Browner, I hate to get all mushy on everybody, but the fact of the matter is, you know, we're less than 2 years in now. You got April of 19, kicked off the radio. August of 20, back on the radio. And here we are all this time later, a year later, back on radio. And our business is starting to move, you know, and it's because of the Great Friends. So appreciate you guys. Please download that DraftKings app and use our promo code Great Friends. Okay, where were we? Cam Newton. Let me tell you where I think Cam Newton might fit. Just throwing out an idea here. You ready?
I got a better one.
Okay.
Bishop Sycamore.
Bang.
Oh, hell to the yeah.
Because we know he good with kids.
Is he?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
No, he yelled at a kid, didn't he? I didn't yell at a kid.
Remember that video we had this summer about Cam Newton interacting with the children? Asking for this man's daddy? We know Cam's good with the kids. Cam would be a great head coach at Bishop Sycamore.
I did forget about that. That's very funny. You brought that up, and no, it didn't register with me right away. I'm going to throw out an NFL team at you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
not a made up high school that's getting destroyed on ESPN, by the IMG Academy.
me
I'm gonna
think.
throw an NFL team at you that could possibly use Cam Newton. But
I hope it's
here's the
not what
thing.
you're about to say.
But here's the thing that Cam Newton has to become. You ready? Cam Newton needs to get on the phone and he needs to call Carmelo Anthony. And he needs to say to Carmelo Anthony, listen, man, explain this to
The
me.
NBA player?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me give you my reasoning here. Tell me if
Mhm.
you guys can follow this. So Cam Newton gets on the phone, he calls Carmelo Anthony, and he says, Carmelo, listen, man. National champion, dude, first round draft choice, phenomenal career, big markets, big money, superstar of your teams.
Mhm.
But then, dude, later in your career, you did something that I don't know how to do this, and I don't know if I can do it. But instead of being the number one superstar, you have chosen to consciously learn how to be a great teammate and role player and not be focused on, I have to be the star. So, Carmelo, please tell me, how can I get over my own ego here?
Well, making that call is already getting over your own ego.
Right.
So
Okay.
step one.
Okay. Now,
Check.
Carmelo says, here's what I did. Here's what I learned. Here's what I thought about. I wanted to extend my career. I still wanted to win a championship. I still love the game.
Who's
I
paying me
still,
$1 million to do
right. I can
roughly
still,
nothing?
I can still make money. Right. I mean, listen, why stop playing when I can still play?
I was out of the game because nobody wanted me.
Right.
Right. So
I didn't really have a choice.
So Carmelo Anthony gives this advice to Cam Newton. Now Cam Newton says, okay, you know what? I can be somebody's backup. I can be a role player on somebody's roster. Then the question is, well, where should he go? Who would want him? Where could he help? Throwing out an idea.
There's only one place. There's only one place. I hope you don't say what I think you're about to say.
Well, say what you say. There's only one place. Where?
Baltimore. That's it.
Oh, please.
That's it.
Oh,
Go ahead. Hear me out. Lamar Jackson, runner more than a passer. Cam Newton, runner more than a passer. Lamar Jackson is doing an offense and playing in a way that is very difficult. And the only person who really lasted that long and can give you advice on how to maintain your body, how to manage your hits, would be Cam Newton.
Totally disagree.
Okay.
Totally disagree.
Last I checked, there's only one team with no starting quarterback. Unless I'm wrong, unless I'm missing something. I mean, listen, other teams have starting quarterbacks. They may not be good, Saints, but Houston, they got nobody. I have no idea who their starting quarterback is.
Tyrod Taylor.
So exactly.
Okay. I was going to give you guys a different option.
Oh.
I like the fact that we've all come up with ideas. I'll throw this one at you.
You said no to both our ideas, so what's your idea?
You're going to say no to mine, but it's an idea. How about the Chicago Bears?
Come on.
Hold on a second. Hold on. So let me try and sell you. Okay. You tried to sell me on Lamar Jackson. You tried to sell me on Baltimore. Let me try and sell you on Chicago. Okay. You think Andy Dalton's a good quarterback?
No.
You want Justin Fields to start?
Yes.
Okay. So now here's the situation. I'm playing it out. They get rid of Andy Dalton. They bring in Cam Newton. They start Justin Fields. And Cam Newton, this is why he had to make that call to Carmelo Anthony. Tell me how to get over my own ego. Tell me how to be a good teammate. Tell me how to play a supportive role on a team. Well, guess what? Now you got Justin Fields. Who do you think Justin Fields could learn more from? A guy who's been a mid-range marginal quarterback like Andy Dalton, or a guy like Cam Newton. So I'm throwing out ideas. I came up with Chicago. Browner's got Baltimore. Alex has Houston. There you go. There's a few ideas.
I think of the three, as much as I disagree with it, Houston's probably the better option because he could play tomorrow for the Texans because Deshaun Watson ain't going to do it. And Tyrod Taylor is not better than Cam Newton, and Cam Newton's a bigger name at this point than Tyrod Taylor. I feel bad for Tyrod Taylor at this point, but in Chicago and then in Baltimore, he'd basically be doing the same thing, backing up a young guy who pretty much is going to be going forward.
You want him to be a backup? Like, if you want him to be a backup, if that's like the mentality we're going for, I'd like to change my answer. Because if you want him to be a starter, there's only one job available to me. That's Texans. That's Houston. Maybe Washington. I don't know. There's other teams that maybe could maybe.
Oh, Ron
But
Rivera,
Minnesota.
Ron Rivera
Minnesota,
ain't
you
doing
can-
that again.
Minnesota, you can add them to all the
No,
unvaccinated
we
quarterbacks.
drafted one too that's not vaccinated. So, if you want a backup, and I don't even know who their backup is, but I know one coach and one quarterback in Seattle where he would be a fantastic backup quarterback.
No.
Here's the problem in
sir.
Seattle. You want to know the problem in Seattle?
He's not vaccinated.
Yes,
They're
the
100% vaccinated
Seahawks are
team.
100%. Right.
I'm just talking
Seahawks
about
are 100%.
football. If you can get him to get the jab, that's a perfect landing spot.
Let me ask you guys a question. You think Cam Newton finds himself on an NFL roster here before the start of the season, which is next Thursday?
Yes.
No?
Unless
Okay.
it's Houston, no.
Okay. Do you think Cam Newton is a quarterback in the NFL this upcoming football season?
Yes,
some
because
point,
someone
yes.
will get hurt.
Yeah.
And he gonna get that shot. Watch.
He's gonna get a job.
He gonna get that shot.
I don't know if he's gonna get the shot, but he'll get a shot.
If you,
the versus A.
Right.
I think Cam Newton at some point will realize, look, I had a great career. This happens to everybody, but I'm trying to find a way to make this money. And if y'all finna pay me $3 to $5 million a year to hold a
Nobody's paying
clipboard
that.
and coach somebody,
Nobody's paying that.
hey man, they gave Andy Dalton $10 million.
All right, stick around, everybody. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Plenty more to come. For those of you that are TV viewers, make sure you go to youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew so you can get the entire show. John Clayton is coming up. Stick around, everybody.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Hey, it's Pharrell here, inviting you to catch my shows on the Mightier 1090. We're on twice every Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific. Trust me, all the other sports stations are sleeping with your wife.
The all-new and mightier 1090. It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being. And we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearney Mesa Road and the 163.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Sports in a Minute.
San Diego Loyal defender Oliver Larraz was named to the USLChampionship.com Team of the Week today. Larraz scored his first professional goal in the Loyals' win against Sacramento Republic FC on Saturday. The 19-year-old completed 4 of 5 dribbles while making 10 recoveries and completing 32 of 39 passes. Larraz came to the Loyal on loan for the rest of the season from the Colorado Rapids at the beginning of August. The Rapids do retain the right to recall Larraz at any point this season. Since joining the Loyal, the defender has played in 5 matches and has started in 4. He has 4 shots, 2 on target. Also on Tuesday, Augustine Williams was an honorable mention to the Team of the Week for his 2 goals against Sacramento. The Loyal have a big match against the LA Galaxy 2 on Sunday. I'm Haley Stasiak. That's your Sports in a Minute. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Arash Markazi here, inviting you to catch my show, The Arash Markazi Show, on the Mightier 1090. We are on every Monday through Friday from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Join me and producer extraordinaire G. Hay Wiley, where we chop up Los Angeles sports and try not to piss too many people off.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez on Su Vida. Enjoy the food, discover new artists, and fun things to do.
Watch Su Vida, Sunday night at 7 on Your View. Brought to you by Harrah's Resorts, Southern California. It's more than a place, it's a state of mind.
No one was sure what this was going to be when it grew up, if you will.
I've never heard of a car dealership or a car company having a full musical production.
Okay, we're all going to get together for a few days. Well, that few days turned into about 3,000 human hours worth of work to get it from idea to being finished.
These have been really difficult times as a musical theater performer because of the pandemic. So I'm very thankful for this opportunity where we get to do what I love to do, and that's musical theater.
Way to San Diego.
What has happened since the musical's been released? It's won 14 different laurels at film festivals, including Best Musical from the Oneros Film Festival in New York. I happen to have won Best Producer. We won Best Ensemble Acting. So the musical itself has really gone out of its way to make itself a hit.
Hope I don't get mangled by a shark.
You know, overwhelmingly, it did everything we could have hoped for it to do.
Getting away, ready to play.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the mightier 1090.
San Diego is a great place for deep sea fishing because it's home of the largest sport fishing fleet in the world. You can go on a half-day trip, a full-day trip, multi-day trip, all the way up to 18 days to catch tuna and wahoo, or just locally here to catch yellowtail. When booking a deep sea fishing excursion out of San Diego, there's several resources, and of course, the San Diego landings have great web pages. Seaforthlanding.com, fishermanslanding.com, PointLomaSportFishing.com are the perfect resource to book your next fishing vacation out of San Diego. What you need to do to have fun in the sun while you're out fishing is, of course, you'll have to obtain a California fishing license or a Mexican fishing license, depending on where the trip goes, and then get set up with tackle. All the landings have all the tackle for rental, and they'll give you all the guidance on the boat for catching a lot of fish here in San Diego. What you should wear out on the water when you're fishing here in San Diego? Layers. And that's the key, because you're probably not going to get very wet because you're going to go out on a nice day, but just be prepared for layers because it can get pretty cool on the water. You know, summertime is always the best, from I would say June through September, but prime months actually in San Diego, September, October are probably the two prime months. Best water conditions and probably the most abundance of fish. So as far as taking your fish home, they'll fillet the fish for you on the boat and put it into a package for you, or you can use one of the local processors like Fisherman's Processing that'll vacuum seal and freeze your fish so that you can put it in your cooler and take it home and eat it. Depending on how long your excursion is, you can go anywhere from a half-day trip for around $50 plus your license, all the way up to a multi-day trip that maybe costs several $100s per day. But a full-day trip is going to cost you about $150 a day, depending on the Mexican license or California licenses that you need to get.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the mightier 1090. Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us and sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
Him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. it's not just saving both of our lives. It has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio, SoCal Sports Talk.